We begin with breaking news out of Dayton right now. Police telling us they're responding to a shooting.
Gwyneth Falloon is there live on the scene. So Gwen, what exactly can you tell us?
Adam and Elise, I am here on Germantown Street, right outside of Gina's Liquor. Let me step out of the way here. You can see police cruisers and police officers are still here on scene. Again, this is Gina's Liquor on Germantown Street. Now, we first got a report of a police presence just a few minutes away over on West 5th Street. But when I got there, officers, Dayton police officers on that scene told me that the incident started here and they are investigating a shooting. Again, they are just investigating a shooting here at Gina's Liquor. Officers on that West 5th scene tell me the victim, there is at least one victim, one person hurt in this shooting. They were taken to their home. They live off of West 5th Street. They were then taken from that West 5th Street home to the hospital. So we know at least one person is injured tonight, but there are still a lot of unknowns. We're still kind of working. I just got to this scene actually a few minutes ago. There are several, 4 Dayton cruisers that I can see as of right now, but we're still kind of working to learn what exactly led up to this. If there are any other injuries, again, officers on that West 5th scene tell me there at least one person, but we're still working to learn a little bit more. Again, I am here on Germantown Street outside of Gina's Liquor where this shooting incident took place. Police are still on scene investigating, so we'll keep you up to date here on air as well as online at Dayton247now.com as we learn more. Back to you.
And before Gwen went to that breaking news, she did cover the Dayton Public Schools Board of Education approving raises this afternoon for some of its faculty and staff. Now, this comes after several month-long freeze on pay increases. It's specifically for principals, administrators, and district support staff, or DSS.
And again, as Elise mentioned, Gwen was at the special meeting. Tells us how the district hopes this will show staff appreciation and also attract new employees.
President Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Sweet?
Yes.
Dr. Woodward?
Yes.
The Dayton Public School Board approving a resolution to raise salaries for some district employees.
Eligibility for raise are principals or our hardworking principals. They work 65, 70, 80 hours a week. It is a very tough job, so it's well deserved. And other administrative support personnel who support them.
Superintendent Dr. David Lawrence tells me administrators such as the district's academic coordinator and executive director are also up for the raise.
We have about 66 total openings district-wide, ranging from skilled trades to we still need drivers.
That was a key aspect in Thursday's approval for Board President Will Smith, too, retaining and recruiting staff to the district.
How do we stack up holistically? So not only the pay, which we said with the pay scale change, it was less of a raise, but more of an adjustment with the pay scale as we're moving forward.
According to the Ohio checkbook, a high school principal in Beaver Creek City Schools was making nearly $148,000 last year, and the same position within Centerville City Schools was making just over $150,000. Now, with the approved pay schedule, at minimum, DPS principals will make nearly $115,000.
You get these percentages every year, and that's why we put a freeze, because we didn't want to change things and have to come back and take money or say we're going to pay you less. So everything that's coming out is what we would have had in our budget anyways.
The district tells me this is all part of its mission to treat students, parents, and staff well, saying that's the best way to keep people in the district and attract new students, parents, and staff.
I think this is really hard and tough work, but I think it's the best work. It's where children that have some of the toughest conditions are coming to school. If you can make a difference in that space, and we can pay you to do that, I don't think there's a better place to work.
That was Gwyneth Falloon reporting. As far as teachers, the district is doing what they call a reopener. This is the 3rd and final year of the current agreement, where teachers get a $2,500 retention bonus and a 3% raise. This is a bargaining year, so the district is currently in negotiation with teachers and hopes to have that finalized by this spring.
Today, we're learning more about the suspects arrested in the death of 12-year-old Isabel Amor Carlos. Now, late last night, Dayton police sources told us that Antoine Benson and Javon Connor were arrested. Today, Lydia Bice took a deep dive into their criminal histories.
We now know that Antoine Benson was just arrested back in October of 2023, accused of shooting into a car that had 2 women and a 1-year-old baby inside. Now, that case was later dismissed in Dayton Municipal Court, but he did plead guilty to failure to comply with officers for trying to get away from them. Now, Benson's now facing charges in this incident, and Connor was booked on a murder charge. They're both here in the Montgomery County Jail behind me. Now, Dayton police have told us all week that this case is weighing heavily on them. Sergeant Kyle Thomas, Dayton Fraternal Order of Police president, says these kinds
with temperatures across the Miami Valley, 77 in Dayton, so it is still very warm out there, 73 in Urbana. Through the rest of this evening, we'll drop to 72, just a warm, muggy night. We have some storms in the forecast and a cool down on the way, so I'll talk about that coming up in a bit.
Dayton Public Schools announcing Wright Brothers Middle School will be closed tomorrow. The building is currently without air conditioning due to a system malfunction, and with Friday's anticipated heat index, the district made the decision to close. All other DPS buildings, however, will be open and will continue normal operations.
Dayton police now fighting back against car thefts in our community. They started a new program which they hope will deter the thefts after a recent spike. Jenny Borick joining us now live in studio. You talked to somebody who had their car stolen. What'd she tell you?
I did, Adam. Megan Edwards' Kia was stolen just last week, but her family got it back. She says surprisingly, none of her neighbors saw or heard anything, and usually the neighborhood doesn't have these issues. She tells me the experience was eye-opening.
My kids' car seats are in the back, and I was just shocked that somebody would take a family vehicle, and it just was really violating because your car is like your personal space.
You wake up to start your day, walk outside, and then notice something is very wrong.
My husband was opening the door to take my son to school, and as he opened the door, he looked out and he asked me, "Where's our Kia?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And it was gone.
They contacted the Dayton Police Department. Luckily, the car was recovered in about 24 hours, but they had to pay over $200 to get it from the tow lot. There was also damage to the car. The rear view mirror was ripped off, the antenna was broken off, the plate underneath the steering wheel was torn off, and the car was trashed. The Ring doorbell camera didn't even catch the theft because the thieves blocked the Wi-Fi signal, but Edwards says it could have been worse.
It was drivable, thankfully, and other than that, there wasn't a ton of damage to it, so we were really, really surprised. We were expecting the worst.
DPD brought back its Beat Auto Theft program a couple years ago because of the spike in thefts, especially Hyundai and Kia thefts. Numbers are down from last year, but DPD Lieutenant Randy Bean says this is still too big of a problem. DPD can track your car if it's stolen if you sign up for the program, saying it'll only be tracked if it's stolen. Bean explains how.
One way is through calling the person's GPS provider, or there's another way we just started using within the past 2 weeks, which is an app on officer's phone where we can track a car in real time and get the real-time GPS coordinates sent to every single officer who has that app.
Fraternal Order of Police President Kyle Thomas says juveniles are the main age group committing these crimes, and even with programs like the BAT program, there's another reason why there's so many thefts.
This stolen car issue could very easily be tamped down if there was consequences involved. And the vast majority of the cases that you have, maybe you go to jail for a night, but that's probably it.
Lieutenant Bean says it's hard to tell how successful the Beat Auto Theft program has been because they need more people to sign up for it. If you'd like to sign up, we'll have that link for you on our website at Dayton247now.com. Back to you.
Smales Pretzel Bakery in downtown Dayton says they will be closed this week and early next week after a small fire in its bakery on Sunday. The more than 100-year-old bakery says that fire thankfully was just confined to the oven, so there's no damage to the building itself. They do thank their neighbor for calling 911 and the bakery owners when he saw that smoke. Smales will reopen next Wednesday.
A multi-million-dollar investment by the city of Dayton to narrow a major road. How the project aims to enhance safety for pedestrians and drivers next.
Plus, I'm tracking a big cool down on the way, but first we're tracking some rain and storms that's coming up. Here's a live look from our Eco Plumber Skycam. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
The Sports Desk is sponsored.
In big cities, it may seem like the roads keep getting bigger and bigger, but for safety purposes, sometimes cities need those roads smaller. And that's exactly what the city of Dayton is doing, narrowing more than 3 miles of one of their most populated roads. That's North Main. Eli Burgett spoke to the city today about what's changing.
Well, after speaking with the city of Dayton, I learned that this project has been on their minds for years now. This whole area is used heavily by pedestrians, and the North Main Street Road Diet is meant to keep them safe and make traffic flow more efficiently.
Motorists, but pedestrians and bicyclists, making sure everybody has a right to the roadway and the public right-of-way.
The city of Dayton, along with the Ohio Department of Transportation, has invested $6.4 million in federal funds to reduce the number of lanes on North Main Street from 4 to 3, with the center lane being left turn only. They will also be adding bike lanes, 8-foot wide parking zones, and improved pedestrian crossing areas to portions of the road, all to improve pedestrian and driver safety.
The city of Dayton is currently in the finishing stages of development for the North Main Street Road Diet, and the project is estimated to be completed by June of 2025. Back to you.
Now taking a live look right now from our Eco Plumbers Sky Cam. It is still a little steamy out there, Natalie.
It is definitely a warm and muggy evening. I was out for Thursday night lights and it was a hot one. Thankfully, felt a little bit better once that sun set, and things are looking good out there right now. Got a few clouds, as you can see, just off to our southwest. Now, we actually have a warm front lifting through, and then eventually we'll start to see this cold front swing its way in. That's going to increase our rain and storm chances late Friday, especially into our early Saturday. So timing it out for you, it's going to be a warm start tomorrow, mid-90s tomorrow afternoon. Notice here, this is about 4 p.m. Perhaps a shower popping up, very small chance for a rain shower or thunderstorm. So just do keep that in mind for late into the day tomorrow, as there are some games going on. So can't rule out a shower or storm, but most of the rain will arrive Friday night, early Saturday. So pausing this here at about 8 a.m. Scattered rain, few thunderstorms to start off our Saturday. That will continue to around lunchtime before tapering off late into the day. And then by Sunday, we're talking about some cooler weather moving in. So tomorrow, this is mainly for tomorrow evening. Any storm that does develop, we have a level 1 threat for severe storms. So damaging wind gusts would be the main concern if we do see a storm develop. So just keep that in mind. Can't rule out an isolated strong to severe storm with anything that develops later into the day tomorrow. But we do have that rain in the forecast heading into our Saturday. So our tailgate forecast, maybe you're heading out to the Ohio State game. It's going to be a little cooler, but we are tracking some rain and storms, especially around lunchtime, potentially extending into the early afternoon with a few showers and thunderstorms possible. I'll have a look at our 7-day coming up here in just a bit.
A recent surge of COVID cases across the U.S. and the state, what health officials are now recommending to stay safe.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
Take Dayton 24/7 Now News with
COVID-19 cases are on the rise across the U.S. In Ohio, weekly cases have now jumped from 3,000 a week to more than 8,000 in just the past few weeks. The dominant variants are all from the Omicron family, similar to those seen earlier this summer. Now, fortunately, while these variants are becoming more transmissible, they aren't causing more severe diseases. However, the Ohio Department of Health says these numbers should still be taken seriously, especially among the immunocompromised.
These numbers are a stark reminder that if you spread the virus to a family member or friend who's in a high-risk category, such as someone over 65 or those who have impaired immunity, a COVID-19 infection could be a very serious threat to their health.
Dr. Vanderhoff says the best way to protect yourself and others around you is to make sure you're vaccinated. Last week, the FDA approved an updated COVID-19 vaccine to better protect against current variants.
Public Health Dayton and Montgomery County posting an alert on their website saying they're currently out of the 2023-2024 version of the COVID vaccine. They say they're receiving a new shipment of the most recent, the 2024-2025 version, next month. Those looking to get vaccinated are asked to check back then to confirm when the vaccines are available. Well, we are back with another week of Thursday Night Lights. How Greenview and Waynesville had some huge plays next.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
When your child has
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
All right, welcome into the Bob's Discount Furniture Sports Desk. Week 2 of Thursday Night Lights, taking us to the home of the Greenview Rams. Waynesville Spartans coming to town, and a bit of a spoiler alert here, some big-time plays in this one. To Jamestown we go. Great entrance for the Rams. It's a hot one in Greenview, but they say it's a perfect time for a whiteout. Fans mostly wearing white as they cheered on the home team. Mid-first quarter, Rams on the move. Handoff going to Chase Walker. One of the best efforts you'll see. Look at him push the pile. Keeps those legs churning. Is he in? Is he in? Refs say not quite. He's right on the goal line there. So quarterback Alex Horney is going to keep it himself, and he is in with authority. 7-0 Rams. Late in the first quarter now. Spartans, they're looking to answer. They go for it on 4th and 5. Caught by Trent Davis. Takes it upfield. First down. To the second quarter now. Quarterback Alex Ambergy will keep it himself. Follows his blockers. Another great effort there, but he's just short of the goal line. Kind of a theme. The Rams defense, though, they would tighten up. It's 4th and goal. Spartans try to pass, and it's just short. Rams, they will take over. Rams at their own 4-yard line. Check this out. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's got a seam. Goodbye. 96 yards all the way to the house. Turns on the afterburners. 13-0 Rams. Rams up 19-0 now. Spartans looking for some kind of spark, and they find it. This is Garrett Lundy. He's going to take the kick, finds an opening, breaks a couple tackles, and he may go all the way, but he's caught from behind, takes it down